extending temporal distance between ideation and creation to decrease criticism threshold. I simplify this process of making videos into, or content, into 3 buckets. The first, or phases. The first phase is the ideation, second the creation, and the third one is the distribution. Now, once I create, I always am on the edge between basically two sides of the same coin, one could say, but one could also just call it a spectrum. The spectrum of self-importance, one could say, and of self-criticism. So the more self-important I think, the more I think, oh, this thing I learned, this thing I noticed, this thing I observed needs to be put out in the world. Now, in this state, it is very easy to make videos, because then you just talk about the things you want to talk about anyway, and everybody needs to know about the things you learned, because obviously these are the most important things as of right now. The other part, or the other side of the spectrum is, well, what do I even know? I mean, I'm ridiculous. I mean, what have I even achieved? I mean, if I say something, it's like nobody listens anyway. Now, in the middle somewhere is the middle, but the middle, I don't know what the middle, I just wanted to say that there is a middle probably also, because it's 2 extremes on a spectrum. Now, what I've noticed is that the more I separate out these different processes, the less I have to criticize myself in the moment. It's like making a plan, and then you assume these different roles. I make the plan of trying to make a living from recording these kinds of videos. Then I try to implement it, and the implementation is now no longer part of the strategic thinking. It's just it's basically a sub-strategic thinking. I already have the overarching goal, and then I just need to work on this, and now I need to work on this, and now I need to work on this. And by questioning again, so basically, the more I have a process that is more like, okay, I have an idea and now let's record this and then I upload it, the more I am attached to these ideas. The more, if I upload a video and then somebody comments on this, even though I now disabled all comments for a variety of reasons, the more I then am thinking about this, and I then do something else, and then I'm thinking about this, and then I think about, oh, is he right? Is he wrong? Is he right? Is he wrong? Is he right? Is he wrong? Is he right? Or maybe he's wrong. And this is obviously, not obviously, but of course this could be valid criticism. But the question is this in the overall sense constructive? Now, in terms of the self-responsibility, not self-responsibility, but again back onto the spectrum, I just found that if I then have these ideas, which are already brainstormed beforehand, and then I create them, so I make the video, then I'm just following the basically, I'm kind of my boss to a certain extent, at the same time as also my employee. And by then creating the video and just pressing record and next idea and record and next idea, then I'm just the employee who is now trying to do his job, because the other versions of me also need to then make their job